And now we have Velleity. Velleity? Vel? The VFer? I don't know. Call him whatever you want. This guy has given me nightmares for about 1 or 2 years now. I remember the first time I played him, I had a mental breakdown and contemplated just what is the meaning of life, why do I exist, and why have I been punished in such a fashion. And you will see that exact formation coming up, practically, right now. And, yeah, this will explain it. As of right now, my best chance is if Lin Mei can counter Choi. If she can do it, then maybe. Or maybe she won't even get the damn chance. Okay, she might. See, Lin Mei, she gets around 4.7k reflex for me, and oh, look at that. And just like that, I lost the damn game. And this is exactly why. Milky makes the front fast as hell. Valkia takes away my action bar. Mickey takes away my action bar. Or she increases the action bar. I don't know, okay? All I know is that Mickey does some bullcrap that prevents me from moving. And then Kevin does what Kevin does. And then Milky passes to Valkia. And then Valkia passes to Mickey. And then back to Milky. And then back to Kevin. And then Valkia and Mickey. And then guess what? My dreams crushed. My hopes and desires trampled on. And just like that, well, I'm gonna go cry in a corner now. Actually, no. This is a time to cope with caffeine or other liquid substances, such as a nice beverage. But either way, I believe this is a perfect time for double speed. Well, if you stayed for that hell of a match, then I feel sorry for you. But well, this next match, see, Vel uses a different formation for, you know, League. You'll see it coming up, although he uses a little variant in Live, because in Live, no one's going to be penetrating through Celestia. But, so this formation that I created, I call it the Parish formation. It's, is this one right here, and basically, you look at it, you're like, what in the freaking hell are you doing? And this is what I'm doing, right? I saw Nabi backline in action. It's not my original idea. I saw it from this other guy that did it. I'm not sure his name, but basically, Nabi has enough speed that she will essentially steal and then use her active much more efficiently than if she were in midline. And the way it works for this formation that I have here is that I have Jibril, CM, Lin Mei on the left, and then Beth on the right. And the way it works is that Nabi can steal and forward pass if necessary, okay? Versus spirit stealing teams, she may or may not have the spirit to do so. In that case, she will pass in the midline, in which that midline, which has Jibril, CM, she won't penetrate into Ceres, she'll just pass it around. And then the same with Lin Mei. And Jibril, her active, you know, everyone knows that it cools down things. Well, that can be used for Beth and abuse her, the Beth active, or it can be used to abuse Lin Mei. One of the two, it doesn't matter, okay? And for me, if Jibril dies, then that gives Kurna 80 DR on attack for me without debuffs. And so, essentially, this formation is designed for guys like Vel and other teams for World of Dark. And then also, Belle in the front line is there because she's the defense chain for Kurna. And also, her job is to tank the backlines. Now, I did use this versus Vel, and it worked, even with the interceptor, because here's the thing with interceptors, they'll use their active and then they still have a 10-minute cooldown. Navi has a 6-minute cooldown, and Lin Mei is another option, and then furthermore, if necessary, Jibril can abuse Lin Mei forward pass, so I will be able to get a forward pass off even with an interceptor. Well, what I haven't done is I haven't tried it in live yet. So this is what me and Vel are doing. It did work versus Vel, not in live, and it did work versus Moradel. And versus both of those guys, the only way that it worked is Elchi did a passive pass to Bell. Okay, and the reason why is because it was a Penal Ceres mid, and I had enough spirit for a forward pass, but I didn't have enough for an Elchi pass. And what ended up happening is Bell tanked both Vel's and Moradel's backlines 4 times in a row before I was able to get a shot off. And what I mean by 4 times is their entire backline stealed and died trying to steal into Bell. Then each of them tried. Then they revived and tried to steal again. So basically they stole and died 4 entire times into Bell. And so now granted, I'm not saying Bell is the best option for that. I'm saying she's my only option. I'm sure someone could put like a Carol frontline or someone else that's real freaking tanky, right? But this is basically the formation I use to climb versus those action-based and spirit-based teams for that. But like I said, this is the first time me testing it out in live PvP. And already, I can tell you it's not going to work. And the reason why? Because Vel is choosing when to use the interception skill. He's not using it on Lin Mei, and he's only using it on Navi. The difference there is that Navi is automatically full AB to whoever she passes, whereas Lin Mei isn't. Okay? And the significance behind that is that Vel, if I were to forward pass with Lin Mei, even if Elchi is close to full AB, Vel can choose to not steal and just block to lower her action bar and then do the same Mickey bullcrap. So that's why in live I have to rely on Navi forward pass. So technically already that crosses off Lin Mei. So that only leaves me abusing Gibril to Beth. But even then, like I said, RNG, gotta make sure, well, either way, with Gibril to Beth abuse, I can still potentially get off a passive Elchi to Bell pass. But well, we gotta see if she can tank in the first place. There we go. Passive. Damn it. See, this right here probably could have helped set me up for a chance, but she didn't pass it to Belle, she passed it to Valerie, and this is exactly what I'm talking about when, like, nothing's ever a sure thing. At least with matches that go on. But here's the thing, that's what makes it interesting. Having matches that go longer, in my opinion, makes it more unpredictable. It makes each match unique. Whereas if you're just offensive based and you hit hard as hard as possible, guess what? It's the same damn thing every match. You either kill someone in one shot or you kill them in two. Or they counter your team and you have no chance. And that's just what the meta is, but whatever. Okay, anyway, this is me and Vel trying our original formations against each other. And you see, here we go. But Navi's skill isn't ready yet, and then of course the Ash and all of that. Let's see. I'll see if Belle can tank after a Lin Mei pass instead of an Elchi pass. Well, let's see.
무너뜨리겠습니다.
Belle needs to be able to crit, otherwise she's not going to be able to tank. No, I guess not. Hell. Let's see, this will be the final test. And there it goes. Now I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble. I gotta figure out which route to take, because for me to get a shot off with Valerie, I'll have to abuse Beth action bar, but then again, I'm likely to run out of time because I need a means of getting Ronald to use his block active and then being able to shoot again when he doesn't have his block active up. It's pointless if I'm able to keep just abusing Gibril to Beth, and then each time Valerie shoots, she shoots into a block active. Yeah, because of her pen resistance debuff skill on shot, she will do some damage through the block, but the amount of opportunities that I have, it's probably not going to be enough versus Vel. So in the end, I have to be able to set up, you know. But Belle it's going to come down to Belle being able to take. All right, that's it. Because like I said before, the only reason I even had a chance of winning against Vel and Mordell was through Belle tanking. Yes, this formation's all fine and well. It avoids, you know, Ceres CMs, and in a sense it has a means of combating you know, action-based backlines, but in the end, I'm not going to be able to get enough shots off. Yeah, I mean, I've actually, here's the thing with if the team is an action-based team with Jin, I actually use Bora instead of Valerie. Only though, only if that team doesn't have an you know, the freaking eraser. In that case, I'd actually use Bora. But I didn't use Bora here because of Ronald and, you know, attribute disadvantage. To be honest, actually, I probably should have, to tell you the truth. That actually probably would have been a better option because Bora at least would be able to get more shots off. Oh well. Let's see if Belle can tank. So here I'm having a hard time deciding whether to abuse Beth active or abuse Lin Mei forward pass. Yep, see, he's not using it. He's only saving that active for Nabi. So, and that right there, yeah, I'm in trouble. If Belle isn't critting, she's not going to be able to tank versus Belial and Mickey. She was able to do raw damage take against the guy on the left. The guy in the, my perspective, the back left. But it looks like she's not going to be able to tank raw damage wise versus Mickey and Belial. So, my opinion, that writes me off. So ultimately, it will come down to abusing Beth active, or just hoping for RNG for Belle to tank. I mean, I don't think she has a 0% chance of critting. I think it's just a low chance. But either way, things aren't looking good right now. I don't think Belle will be able to take me out. You know, I mean, he hasn't crit yet, so I don't think he'll be able to kill Kerner in that formation. Oh, density-wise, you know, because I'm sure you're like, well, wouldn't your backline be weak if you use Navi? And yeah, that's the trade-off. That's why you usually see Navi backlines and with Aang goalkeepers, because you know Aang's vulnerable at 4 minutes, but aside from that, she's pretty damn dense. And see, look, this is a terrible situation. Like, I get it to Belle, but she actually has the action bar, so I just try to pen there, and it's not looking good. But anyway, see, my density here for Kurna. You got Duran, and then also you got Chitos, which has elemental DR, plus the spirit steel to help me with you know, generating enough spirit for this. But what you don't see is that Lin Mei is holding Subordinate Trust, which is, you know, vertical Penrest debuff. Duran is holding a legendary unique stone, which is Eye of the Storm and Subordinate Trust. And what that does is that, I mean, I'm sure enough of you already know already, but a legendary substat stacks with a normal stone of that type. So what I have here is I have a normal, the normal subtrust pen debuff stacking with the legendary sub property of subtrust stacking together with Duran. So and having pen debuff with elemental DR has some pretty damn good synergy. And then furthermore, Gibral Death means that, you know, even more DR. So that I mean, yes, while that formation is a bit weaker than my normal formation, it's not paper. I mean, granted, versus guys with a lot of power, then yeah, I'll be done. But and if you're probably wondering like why do I still have Gary instead of Hildy? And that is because versus these guys, as the match goes on, in the end, heals are going to be 0, so I can't rely on Kurna healing. And so, having the shields, you know, Kurna shield and Gary shields, those are my my chances for surviving 45 minutes if necessary. Because, you know, every single time Kurna pulls off a shield active, then she'll have a chance of, you know, that's like a free shot that she survives. And then, of course, Gary active is there, you know, just for added measure versus guys that are able to deal enough raw damage. And here I am, see, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to be able to try and tank with Bell. And that's the thing, like, while this formation might work sometimes, it's never a sure thing. There you go, Lene. And then Ash with his freaking active. I mean, overall, it's just tough. I am able to get her active off, but like again,
외계인에게 세상을 넘겨줄 순 없지.
That's another thing versus guys that are running Penal Stress. For me, while Kurna and Gary are my means of you know, surviving 45 minutes potentially, it also means that any valuable spirit I get can potentially be used up for their shields. So it's, like I said, just more RNG. Now what usually happens sometimes is like if Lin passes to Jibril, sometimes Jibril will be able to kill anybody who tries to steal her. Sometimes. And if that happens, then that greatly increases my chances. Because then, you know, she can use her active to Valerie directly. But from that line, I think the only one that Jibril might have a chance of killing, reflective-wise, would be versus Penal. But again, this is just a big what if. I need to get a shot off now, or it might be game, because I'm in trouble. See right there? Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I mean, it might go 45 minutes, and you don't, you never know who's going to get MVP. I don't quite, I haven't figured the damn thing out. I mean, sometimes I see Kurna get MVP, and I'm just like, oh, how the hell does that happen? I mean, ever since they changed the way that scoring is calculated, I really don't know. And personally, my own opinion, one of the main reasons why they got rid of healing is because they themselves don't know how the hell score is calculated. So they just avoid it entirely by just saying, I know, let's just prevent the means of matches going 45 minutes. Whatever. Ash active, wonderful. Oh boy. And that's just me trying to preserve Lin Mei's action bar to be able to forward pass. But to be honest, I really need to be on the attack here. I mean, I'm running out of time. I mean, hell, 35 minutes. Still, man, that Ash active was still in effect. That just ruined it. And Jib will not be able to tank him. Maybe if he didn't use his active steel, but well, in live, Vel's saving it just for that. So yeah, I don't think I've had enough time to be able to do enough damage now, even if I did get some tanking from Vel. So plus already my front line's at 0, or practically 0 AV. So. There again, remember, one of the reasons why Jibril to Beth can work versus Penal Surrender is hey, that's active 0 spirit. So I mean, and I wouldn't say she's a direct counter, I can say she's useful though. And yes, I don't have Escalade, okay? Obviously, Escalade would be very useful versus teams like this, but guess what? I can only do with what I have, so. Close, but I don't right there, I don't know if Mickey was overall stronger or if Belle was stronger, but Mickey was left with 1 HP. I don't know. One of the two. 39 minutes either way. Either way, Vel's freaking accomplished what he wants to do. He's making a match that's going on for freaking ever. So, I'm actually, I might be in trouble here. My heals are gone now, so. Yeah, he's about to set up a freaking 1v1. Freaking effing Vel. Yet again. God, that was freaking dreadful. Oh, good game, V.